Hello, everybody out there in listening world. Wesley Bray here with Core Scope Insights, where we're always at the core of industry, expanding the scope. We're so glad you could join us tonight. We're going to have a great show, and I'm very excited about our guest here, and that's kind of keep you on the edge of your seat here until we get to it. But hey, welcome to the show. As hot as it's been here in South Carolina this week, I'm wearing my sunshine shirt, trying to match the heat, but of course, the heat's a lot hotter than I am, so you make your own opinion. But tonight we have Lisa Ferrell here with Buy Local Magazine, a local magazine right here in South Carolina that promotes small businesses. So, Lisa, I want to welcome you to the show and let you know what a thrill it is to have you in the studio tonight. And I know you have got some very interesting stuff and topics you want to cover. And I've certainly got some questions. And by the way, I advertise in Buy Local, and I felt if this could be a benefit to me, it could be a benefit to you. So if you're watching, please sit tight. It's going to be a great show, and you're going to find out some things about how you can advertise your business to help your business grow. So, Lisa, take it away. I'll start out with a question here, if you don't mind.
Sounds good.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background. You ain't got to get too personal. Just feel freelance and go for it, and tell everybody a little bit about who Lisa is and what Lisa does.
Okay, great. Well, I am Lisa Ferrell. I do not have a background in marketing, but I have been doing this since 2020 when the owner asked me to come work for her. My background was in industrial recruiting. She asked me to come work for her one day, and I said, I can't imagine what I could possibly do for you. And she said, you like to talk to people, and you're good in public. So I've been doing it since 2020.
That is awesome. So if y'all have not picked up a copy of Buy Local Magazine, this is a Buy Local Magazine. This is a copy, and it actually has our ads in here. Is that correct?
It is.
Our ad is this, and then we've got copies for the last few months. It's great reads. You'll find great companies that use their magazine for just about anything you're looking for under the sun. But if you've got a business out there and you pick up a copy of this and you don't see where your area of business is covered in Buy Local, by God, you need to call Buy Local. So you talked a little bit about how you got into it with the owner and everything. So what attracted you to local marketing? Because you do so well with it. I remember your upbeat enthusiasm when you first called me. And yes, folks, she cold called me. And just like any phone call you get, you're like, should I take this call? But her enthusiasm kept me inspired, and you showed me the ways that Buy Local Magazine could help me sell our products and our services.
Yeah.
So please elaborate on that a little bit, if you will.
Well, yeah, so I was an industrial recruiter. I was all the time around people in the public. I loved helping people find jobs. I loved communicating with people, learning about themselves, trying to find the right job to fit them into. And so I was doing that for about 11 years. My husband started his own business. We got 4 kids. We were shoveling kids everywhere. We were missing lunches. We were missing baseball. And so I stepped back from the workforce for a little while. And our last one got about 5, and Sheila came up and she said, why don't you come work for me? And so I said, well, I love to work with people. I did not know at that point how much I would love doing the magazine since I didn't have a sales background, but I have thoroughly loved getting to know the people
Sure.
and helping them with their ads and then seeing their success. I still get
Building some wonderful relationships along the way too. Yes.
I've been doing this for 6 years, and I have made many, many friends.
So do you feel like this is kind of off the cuff, because I didn't have this question written down, but I want to ask you, do you finally you feel like you found something you enjoy that you really wasn't looking for?
Yeah.
Because I can relate to that. I mean, sometimes in life, there's so many people out here, they go get degrees in A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And they end up doing X, Y, and Z,
Yep.
and they find out it's been their hidden passion all along.
Yep.
And I think it happens to all of us. I never thought, after 27 years in HVAC, and of course owning Core Scope Enterprises, which is our manufacturing rep agency, I never thought that after 27 years that, hey, I would want to get into the junk removal business.
Mm-hmm.
But I have found out that it's profitable. I enjoy helping people. And then we added on our other services like window washing, and we added on services like, pressure washing and soft washing doing houses. And I really enjoy calling on the homeowner, whereas before I still call on distributors a lot, but I enjoy the cross. It gives me
Yep.
something because and I'm knocking on wood here, and I'm not, this is not meant to be braggadocious, folks, so I'm not being braggadocious, but I have a 99.9% close ratio if I get in front of the homeowner.
That's amazing.
It's because I can relate. I've been there. I've needed a service. I've needed something they provided,
That's right.
and which is what I find interesting about Buy Local magazine.
Yep.
You have a magazine. You have a service that all business owners could relate to
Yep.
and benefit from,
Hmm.
and it's affordable. So I want to put that out there for you as well. So next question I had though was, what does buy local mean personally to you?
So, buy local. Like I said, no sales background. Sheila was like, I really need you to come work for me. You're going to love it. You're going to do good. I was like, I don't know. But my husband was like, Lisa, what do you tell our neighbors all the time? And they're outside and they're like, oh, you know, my driveway's filthy. And I'm like, oh, well, I've got this magazine for you and I can show you who you can pressure wash it. And then people would be posted on Facebook. I'm like, oh, but I know this person. And so my husband's like, you love the magazine.
Right.
You can talk. He's like, you need to do it. And so it is. I know the magazine works. I love promoting it. I love the people that are in it. We call this our little family.
Yep.
Um, so
Because you see and hear the results.
yes, I do.
So success story from my ad in your magazine just happened today.
I love that.
We got a phone call from a customer last week who had saw the magazine and wanted us to come out and wash their windows. So we did a great job for this customer. He was very excited with the job we done and ended up talking to his neighbors about it. And they had used someone for window washing before in the past. And evidently I guess they went out of business or something. And the customer told me, he says, hey, I'm going to get you my next door neighbor. So the guy's name was Mark, and Mark got me in touch with Garrett, and Garrett was right there. He was taking pictures of us as we were outside washing his customers' windows. Next thing you know, Garrett got us talking to Philip, the neighbor on the other side, back on the other side
Good.
of Mark. So we ended up picking up, three houses all in a line that wanted us to do now biannual service for their
That's
windows.
amazing.
So that's a big thanks
Yeah.
to you. So if y'all think I've got a guest on that is just here to talk and doesn't bring proven results, you're dead wrong. So Lisa, thank you for calling at me and
Thank
making
you.
that call. And thank you to Buy Local Magazine for what they have enabled us with our clientele. And so we'll get to where you can reach Lisa at later on in the show. But we're going to take our first break right now. We're going to recognize our sponsors that make this all possible. And a show wouldn't be a show without our listeners. So we thank you. And we want to show thanks right now to our sponsors out there. We couldn't do what we do without you, and we appreciate you. So y'all hang tight. We'll be right back. When you need printing done right and done locally, choose Pine Press of Lexington, South Carolina. From business cards and brochures to signs, banners, and custom printing projects, Pine Press delivers quality craftsmanship with personal service you can trust. Whether you're a small business, church, school, or organization, they help bring your ideas to life on time and on your budget. Conveniently located at 142 Ellis Avenue in Lexington, South Carolina, Pine Press is your hometown printing partner with decades of experience and attention to detail. Call 803-359-9162 or visit them at pinepressprinting.com. Or stop in today. That's Pine Press of Lexington, where your message makes a lasting impression. When you're ready to feel refreshed, confident, and completely taken care of, it's time for a visit to Naughty Oak Salon in Lexington, South Carolina. From precision cuts and vibrant color to smoothing treatments, styling, and also hair transformations, their talented stylists bring out the best in your look every time. At Naughty Oak Salon, you're more than an appointment, you're a guest. A place where the atmosphere is warm, the conversations are real, and the results speak for themselves. Whether you're updating your style, preparing for a special occasion, or just treating yourself, Naughty Oak Salon delivers personalized care with professional flair. Call 803 394 5114 to book your appointment today. That's 803 394 5114. All right. Thank y'all for staying with us. Listen, I'm having a blast here tonight talking with Lisa about the magazine and just getting to know her more. So, Lisa, I got a question for you here. I'm just going to start right off the bat. What makes print advertising effective in today's world with all the social media? People still find that they like to turn pages a little bit and feel the glossiness between their fingers.
Yeah.
And find a good, reliable customer or a good, reliable company that can provide what they need. Is that correct? It's at your fingertips.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. And I think that is a great question because in our day and age, everybody's like, oh, I'm already doing TV advertising or I'm doing radio. And it is proven that 70% of people are still going to their mailbox and looking at their mail. And so, like I try to tell everybody, yeah, you may be doing radio advertising, but you take someone like my kids in their 20s and 30s, they don't listen to the radio. As soon as they get in their car, it is going straight to their streaming their music.
Right.
Then even if they're saying, oh, I'm doing TV right now, well, you know, we don't watch live TV. We stream our TV.
Sure.
We're not seeing commercials. But everybody is checking their mail every day, and the magazines are in there, nice and pretty, tempting. You want to go through it. So I think if you want to hit the young, the old, the in between, sometimes you have to hit all of the different ways of marketing, but it is still your number one advertising is still going to be direct mail.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Your website talks about helping businesses target specific local areas, reaching the right neighborhood or the right community that's right for that business. Do you want to expand on that a little bit about how y'all do that and all?
Yes, great. Well, so we do mail to 3 different areas. We mail to the Northeast Columbia, Blythewood. We mail to Lugoff, Elgin, and Camden. We also mail to Forest Acres and Shandon. So we are already going to the homes of the areas that some clients may be in. Now, they may want to be in all 3. They may want to be in one. And also another thing about us is we do not random mail. We do not print these and just say, hey, let's put them in mailboxes.
Right.
We pay a company that does our routes for us. So they know we've got great clients in here. They make sure that we are not hitting empty homes. We are not hitting mailboxes, and that we are hitting the targeted area that they want to be in for the people that are going to pick up the magazine or that are going to actually use the magazine. So these are not randomly mailed. They're not laid around hoping that people are picking them up. We are putting them in the home of where they need to be for people that's going to use it, that's going to pick it up.
So I'm going to do this again here. I'm just going to hold the magazine up because if there's any ladies out there listening and you have services that you need specifically, maybe you live by yourself or you're a single mother or home, this is great for you to be able to pick up this magazine and find a local person or persons providing the services that you need. So use this as a reference for you ladies, men as well. You got to forgive us men, Lisa. We're stubborn. Okay. We're very stubborn, but I find where this magazine is very beneficial for ladies.
Yes.
And so I didn't know if you were going to touch on that, but I thought I could touch on it a little bit without you sounding like you were targeting anybody, because I have seen it work in most of the calls that we get from advertising in this. If I were monitoring, is a lot of times it's a woman calling.
It is. And we make the magazine pretty. We make it attractive. We do target women. Majority, they are the ones that make the decisions in the home. Majority, they are the ones that are checking the mail. And when they flip through here and they see,
I make no decisions in here.
See?
You know what?
See?
I've been married 33 years. I can't tell you the last time I wrote a check other than if it was for my business.
Yep.
I mean, so yeah, my wife, she, hey guys, I'm just admitting it right here. I'm taking the belt off. I got the jeans on tonight, but hey, when it comes to decision making, I leave it up to the professional. She just walked in the door. She even picked out what we're going to have for dinner tonight.
Yes,
I had nothing to do with it.
That's right. So you get the magazine and you see all the great food in it. That's when we decide, hey, it's time to go eat. I've got a coupon. This is what we're going to do tonight.
Yep. So let me ask you, what makes a great magazine advertisement?
So personally, um, in my opinion, a lot of times home improvement, the ones that do not have a front door, that they can't go shopping and say, "Oh, look, there's clean slate. Let's go walk in their door and see what specials they have today."
Sure.
I think a lot of times it's those that do not have a brick and mortar
Right.
do good. I think restaurants do really good because most of our restaurants do coupons.
Sure.
And who does not want to go out to eat if they have a coupon?
That's right.
And then, of
That's
course,
right.
retail. Retail is going to do good in here. We target seasons. They can change their ad every season, and so we can see, what new retail is going on. Um, but yeah, but home improvement is the majority of the magazine.
Sure.
We think that's they do really good. It's hard to go knock on somebody's door and say, "Hey, what kind of roofs are you offering today?" when they
Right.
don't have a brick and mortar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we are getting the word out for you.
And let me ask you here, so you guys actually help business owners create their ads if
Yeah.
they don't have something, right? You want
Yeah.
to talk about that
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yep. So we have been in print for 16 years. Um, Forest Acres is new to us this year. We are breaking ground over there. But in the 16 years that we have been in business, we have the same graphic artist that
Mm-hmm.
does all of our ads. You can say, "Hey, Lisa, go to my website, put my ad together, and let me take a look at it." I go to your website, I send everything to our artist, she puts it together. You can make changes or approve it. Or you can say, "Hey, these are the pictures I want to use. Now put my ad together." We can do it that way. Um, so we do have some franchises in here because they are locally owned and operated franchises, and that franchise owner may have to use that ad.
Sure.
99% of the book is our graphic artist putting the ads together to your specifications. We don't go to print until you approve your ad.
And let me ask a question. Can you share an example? I mean, I've kind of given a little backstory on how it's been a success for us, but talk about significant returns you've seen other companies have by investing in advertisement in your magazine.
Oh, I can. And if I had time, I would pull up the Google review. We have a client that's been in here since last year. He does all three books. He kind of rotates between the books. Um, he did a Google review from me recently, and he said that they have doubled their ROI is 137% right now.
Wow,
Only.
that's
Yep.
strong.
So you can go to Buy Local and you can look at his Google review that he did for us. It's my client, and he said it is like 137%
Wow,
ROI that they have gotten from the magazine.
that's strong.
But something personal I'd love to share. We bought a puppy a couple years ago, and we needed a fence in our backyard. So of course I'm use our fencing company,
Right.
and my husband called him, didn't even tell him who we were. It's because it didn't matter. We needed a
Sure.
fence. And so he came out to put the fence in to look at the yard. And he said, "Oh," my husband showed the magazine. He said, "You didn't have to tell me." He said, "I knew the magazines hit this week." He said, "Because my phone started ringing immediately." And
Wow.
it made me feel good because he did not know that I worked for the magazine. He's not my client, but he said he knows when the magazine hits mailboxes that
Yes.
his phone starts ringing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, how do you help businesses determine whether their advertising is actually working? Do you guys?
Yep. So there are several ways that we can do that. Um, A great way is we offer call tracking. We do not charge you for call tracking. We pay for it. We put it on your ad. We, at the end of a month, or say you want it in 2 weeks, we can log into call tracking. We can see how many calls you got, how many you missed, how many you answered, how many left voicemails. We can do it that way. We have some, so just randomly, you take a restaurant that's advertising in two books right now. He's using coupons. So for one, we ask, "Hey, hang on to your coupons so you can look how many you've gotten." But for this company, he's in two magazines. We color coded so he
Great.
can see which area he is pulling the most from.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
he knows green, he might get the most from Northeast. I think he's got yellow in Forest Acres. So he can see where he's pulling the most because he may not want to stay in both
Sure. Sure.
magazines. But call tracking's great. Again, we pay for that. That's free. We put it on your ad, and then it sends to your number that you want it to go to. Nobody even knows. It says, "Please hold," and then it transfers to your call.
Great.
And we can do a complete printout to show you how many calls you've gotten.
And you've got different size ads available too. So you've got smaller ads, which
We
I
do.
went with the smaller ad to start out. And I
Yep.
must say the smaller ad is working for me.
Sometimes don't
And
fix what's broken.
so, yeah, don't fix what's broken. And us, being a new company, I felt that was a great way to start. But if we ever want to get a larger footprint, that option is
Yep.
available. And that's what I love about the versatility that you guys offer businesses as well, the choices, and also kind of a good, better, or best
Yes.
situation
Yep.
scenario. So keep that in mind. If you talk to Lisa, they have options available that can fit your budget for advertising.
Mhm.
And so I wanted to ask you here, what are some of the most interesting, memorable businesses you've encountered through Buy Local?
Oh goodness. Um, we've had some good ones. Um, we've had some with funny names that I don't want to say. I still go back to the one I was talking about that his ROI is so huge. We want everybody's magazine to be successful because if you're not successful, we're not. And I kind of had a little bit of doubts about this client. He does commercial refrigeration. And I'd love to go talk to him. I delivered books to him today. They're the nicest company. And who would have thought that commercial refrigeration would be so big in the magazines, especially when he tells me the restaurants that we all know and love and eat at are the ones that's called them,
Sure.
including QT.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
yeah. So we're kind of all over. We've got great businesses. The thing is that it's locally operated, locally ran. It's in our community. We
That's
have to
awesome.
support those.
That's great. Folks, I am certainly drowning in the enthusiasm that is feeding off of Lisa. So she brings that same enthusiasm to the table to help you. And we're going to take that enthusiasm as we go to break, and we're going to be right back. And we hope you just as enthusiastic as we are when we get back at it. And hey, don't forget, we'll be drawing a lucky winner tonight and giving away a prize. So Lisa, you're going to get to play Price is Right, spin the wheel, and pick a winner tonight, as all our guests get to do on the show. So y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back, and we promise somebody's going to win something great tonight. Are you looking to rock and roll or find your rhythm? Musician Supply has everything you need to make music come alive. From guitars, drums, percussion, and wind instruments, they carry instruments that get you playing today. Need to get your gear tuned, repaired, or customized? Their expert luthier service has you covered. Want to sharpen your skills or start a new hobby? Music lessons available for every age and level are available at Musician Supply. And the best part, they have wall-to-wall stock, ready for you to take home and start making music. With 2 locations to serve you in the Columbia, South Carolina area, look no further than Musician Supply or check them out on their website at www.musiciansupply.com. On every job, big or small, one adhesive brand keeps America moving. Electrotape, a family-owned company proudly headquartered in the U.S. and trusted by pros who can't afford to guess when it comes to quality. Need electrical tape that holds strong in the toughest conditions? Electrotape has it. Looking for painter's tape that delivers clean, sharp lines every time? They've got that too. From underground marking tape for utility crews to heavy-duty masking tape for contractors to everyday painters and prep tapes for home projects, Electrotape has the right tape for every job on your list. Durable, reliable. When you need a tape that works as hard as you do, reach for the brand that covers it all. Electrotape, tapes for every job. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, it's such a great feeling to be back with you guys. Appreciate you all out there who give us that like on YouTube, who hit that subscribe button, who leave us comments. Listen, no comment goes unanswered. We look at all of them. I try to answer all of them. So I'm batting 100% for that. Can I say 500? 500 sounds better. In baseball, you're batting 500 sounds better than 100, right?
Yes, it does.
So, but anyway, I'm batting 100. So if you send me a message or there's a topic that you would like for us to cover on an upcoming episode, let us know about it. We certainly want to be able to put material out that you're interested in watching and those that you ask for. So please keep us in mind. But hey, again, thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Tell your friends about the show. Let them know, hey, if you want to win some great prizes, stay tuned. Listen to this guy talk for a little bit of time and talk about some great topics. and you might have an opportunity to win a prize if you subscribe to the show. So, CoreScope Enterprises, CoreScope Insights is our podcast, and we can't thank you enough for being with us each and every night. So, anyway, we're going to continue it here with Lisa, and then we're going to spin that prize wheel. So, Lisa, here, I've got a question for you. What do you think local businesses need to do differently today to stand out from their competition?
Ooh, that's a good one. Um, as I'm not a business owner or anything, I think advertising is very important. I think standing out, which everybody in our magazine we consider them all high end
Sure.
clientele. So I think it's always going to be doing your best, showing your best, because that's all that we want in the magazine. I
Yeah,
think marketing is very important, but it's branding. It's branding your name, who you are, what you're doing, and I kind of think that that's what we're about. We're helping brand you. They say it takes 7 seconds to look at something to see what that person does. So that's
sure.
why we're very, particular about our ads. You get 7 seconds to look at that and say, this is Wes, this is what he does, and this is how I contact him. But I think
Right.
it's being out there, it's being in front of people's faces. And, we only mail 6 times a year. We're mailing 60,000 homes. We're mailing where you need to be. So I think marketing's a great thing.
I'm going to serve it up here and open the door for you on this one.
Okay.
If there's a business owner out there that's watching the show right now and hasn't used Buy Local, what would you tell them?
Call me.
I was hoping it was going to be that easy. So, what's the biggest misconception business owners have about advertising?
So if you recently it happened to me, we're not a magazine. If people say, "Oh, buy local magazine," or "Why do I want to be a magazine?" We're not a magazine. We are a book of savings.
Right?
We are not a magazine, as in there's no news articles in here. There's no gardening tips. There's no recipes. Don't get me wrong. I love to garden and I love a good recipe, but we are solid book of savings. We are going to help everybody in this area know who to call if they need a plumber, they need an electrician, they need pressure washing. That's what we are.
Sure.
We're not a magazine. You're not going to read articles. We are local owned, local ran. We know what it's like to be out there. Um, we only advertise local owned, local ran
Yes,
companies. There's no
absolutely.
corporate in here. There's no corporate contracts. You deal with
Sure.
me.
I think it would be very gratifying or rewarding to see companies that start and know that you've had a footprint along the way in
Mhm.
helping them achieve their goals or succeed. 130% ROI is incredible
Yeah.
that you mentioned with that company. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's not like that with everybody. But at the same token, when for what it costs to advertise is pennies for the reward that I've
Yeah.
gotten out of the magazine.
Yeah.
It's helped me a lot. I don't keep up with the numbers. I just know it's working.
Right.
And I look at what I'm spending. Am I getting back what I spent at
Right.
least? And so I've only been doing it with your company for a short time, but it's been very successful. And it is professional ad, and we were able to have some say so in what your ad person done for us. And
Yes.
it was pretty much like, what we were already using. So, I just want to say, if you're on the fence about advertising with Buy Local, get off the naysay side and get on the yay say side because it's paid off for me, and getting to work with Lisa has been a very much a
Oh, thank
privilege.
you.
And I will tell you, she will call you and say, "How is the magazine working for you?" So I know that it is rewarding and gratifying
Yes.
to you to hear from your customers, especially when it's positive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wanted to put that out there. And so, what is your favorite part about working with local businesses, though, Lisa?
Um, well, there's probably several. I have made lots of new friends. I have new gratitude for all these people that do the things they do day in, day out, and are consistent. I love doing the ads. I love to get to deliver the magazines and see everybody. Today I had to apologize to somebody to tell her I was not stalking her, but it I honestly it's I think it's just working with people, and
Sure.
and they it's like the other day I had to deliver this magazine to somebody, and it was so nice. Our boys kind of find out go to school together. And so we
Wow.
were sitting there talking about it, and it was so nice. It was like, well, I've met a new mom, and we have so many things in
Right.
common, and and we didn't know it. And but I have lots of people that I call friends here, and I'd love to go out and hear them say, "You don't believe this job that I got today," or well, I actually have one client. Who has advertised with me for years. He's in all three magazines. And he said he goes in people's homes and he sees the magazine on their table and they never use the coupons. And he's home improvement. But I mean, I just love to hear the stories of that. Or, they say, we know when the phone rings, that the magazines have hit mailboxes. So I mean, it's gratifying that,
Yeah.
and a lot of people think it's me, but it's not always just me.
No.
We're a big team here, and Sheila's great to work for.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So when you come on here, you told me you were nervous. Are you nervous? Are you still nervous now?
I am not. We can
Okay.
talk today.
All right. I'm gonna try to. I got a little surprise for Lisa that she doesn't know is coming here. So it's time for the game that we play every now and then, y'all, called 5 Questions Rapid Fire. Are you ready for this, Lisa?
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
We're gonna do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Beach or mountains?
Oh, beach.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
South Carolina Gamecocks or Clemson Tigers?
Gamecock.
All right. I knew I liked her. All right. All right. Who's the best company to wash your windows in South Carolina?
Well, it is clean slate.
All right. There we go. Hey, she won all the. That's great. You got a A plus.
All right.
All right, folks. Hey, I'm gonna move over to the table with Lisa. We're gonna draw out a lucky winner here, and then we're gonna leave the last question for Lisa before she leaves tonight, and we're gonna put it out there so you can let everybody know how to get in touch with you. So we'll leave that for after we draw the wheel.
Okay.
So y'all give me just a moment, and I'm gonna scoot over there, and we're gonna spin this prize wheel. All right, folks, we're back live, and hey, it has been such a pleasure tonight having you in the studio, Lisa. I hope you've had fun.
I have. Thank you.
I hope we get the word out good for you about what you do and who you are and what you can do for small business. So, at that being said, folks, we're going to let Lisa spin the prize wheel. I've given her the rules during the break that it has to go around one time. And we're just going to sit back, cross our fingers, and hope that you win something tonight. So, Lisa, you know the rules.
Can I spin my way?
You can spin it any way you want to spin it. That's a great spin.
Looking for my birthday.
All right. Somebody has won a $50 gift card to Outback Steakhouse.
Wow.
So that's a nice little prize. And now, Lisa, you get to, as a guest, you get to spin the prize, the prize barrel here, I call it, the golden wheel.
All right.
Got to stick up only one winner. That's okay. You can, there it fell from the top. You can just pick out, oh, they all kind of shuffled again, didn't they? One winner. Oh, she's not looking, folks. I got my fingers crossed for you. All right, let's see here. I'm going to let you read this out. People would rather hear your voice better than mine.
Where's the glasses? Joey Henderson?
JoJo the HVAC man.
Yeah, it is. JoJo the HVAC man.
He's a great friend of mine. He's been on the show as a host. Okay. He is a guru of HVAC. So, Joey, congratulations, my friend. I know you watched the show, and we'd love to have you come back on as a guest again. But and you can tell us how Outback Steakhouse was, and
call me.
And call hey, and call her and call Lisa, and she will take care of you with your advertising needs. So, hey, I got one. How can people get in touch with you, Lisa?
Easy. I do have my email. My cell is 803-230-6736. That's my cell. And then my email is LisaFerrell.Eats. EATF. LisaFerrell.Eats at gmail.com.
At gmail.com.
Yep.
So there you have it, folks. Is there anything else you want to add to tonight's show?
Look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank you so much. On a 3, 2, 1, Lisa are going to wave goodbye to y'all wave goodbye to y'all and tell you good night. We hope you'll stay tuned and catch us on the next time. On a 3, 2, 1, good night, everybody.
Good night.